Hello Year 6. So, as you can hopefully see on the screen, in this literacy unit, we will be writing a diary entry, which will focus on dashes, colons, possessive apostrophes, and fronted adverbials. Now, some of these skills we've obviously covered so far this year, whilst others will have been covered in previous years. So, by the end of this unit, you'll be writing your own diary entry, and it will be from the perspective of a refugee during the Second World War. Now, we've learned about refugees last term in Global Challenges unit, but I thought I'd recap with you quickly that refugees are people who've been forced to leave their home or country to avoid war, persecution, or natural disasters. And the refugees we'll be focusing on in this unit are ones who had to leave their home country in World War II because of war and disruption. So hopefully that has given you a bit of a better idea about what a refugee is. Now, I've got a model text here. And in this model text, it's written by Amelia, who is one of the characters from Salt to the Sea, which is the book we are reading about this term in literacy. Now, just to give you a bit of context, Amelia is a Polish orphan who has been evacuated from Poland due to safety. Now, as I'm reading it, maybe think about what the key features are of a diary entry. Dear diary, I was so cold outside earlier, I thought I wouldn't be able to write to you again. I was wearing layers of clothing, the warm winter coat from father and the pink woolen hat which mother knitted years ago, but my fingers were so numb and I felt frozen to the core. I knew that if I didn't find shelter soon, I would surely freeze to death outside. Anyway, I couldn't believe my luck when I noticed the entrance to the old potato cellar in the dark forest. I nearly missed it, but then I spied a glint of the metal door between the thick branches. I knew that I would be warmer than the freezing January weather outside, so I approached it. To be clear, if I'd just been alone, I would have preferred to die, as I didn't have much to live for. However, I had to think of my unborn baby. I could feel my baby squirming. I felt a mother's instinct that I had to protect it until the end. I had not eaten a proper meal in days apart from berries from the forest, ice-cold water from the stream, and some potatoes from a field. For now, all I wanted to do was sleep. Carefully, I pushed open the metal door and looked around to see if I had any company. It was deserted, so I settled down on the cellar floor, which was dirty. After a while, I was beginning to drift off to sleep when I noticed a soldier standing over me. I was terrified. I recognised that his uniform was a Russian one, which alarmed me. I'd heard terrible stories about how cruel they could be to their enemies in the air. I closed my eyes and prayed for my unborn baby, but my head started spinning like a roller coaster. Suddenly, I heard a loud bang and opened my eyes. I must have fainted in shock. When my vision returned, I saw a young man wearing civilian clothing who was holding a gun. He must have shot the Russian, who was lying dead on the cellar floor. I've seen so many dead bodies since the war began that it did not faze me as it would have done previously. I noticed blood on my saviour's shirt and realised that he must have been injured. The man's words were German. My spoken German is poor, so I thought I would instead give him something to thank him for saving my life. All I had was a small potato in my pocket, so I handed it to him gratefully. What a small price to pay for saving our life. This is the first chance which I'd had to write since then. Will this man still protect us tomorrow when he finds out my nationality? Only time will tell. I'll write soon, Amelia.